3 reasons why I'm supporting the re-election of our current mayor. So 1, does my leadership have a place within her leadership? Yes. I moved to Madison not knowing anyone, but quickly learned how to navigate local opportunities for my son and I to advance towards our goals around economic and social mobility. Because I felt not included in opportunities for leadership, I'd eventually venture off to create leadership opportunities not only for myself, but for Black women across Madison and the rest of the state. Our mayor's leadership has been both welcoming and a breath of fresh air for me personally, because that translates to my being able to continue to remove barriers for the leadership of Black women and other women of color across the city. 2, has her leadership made it more or less difficult to support those who seek out my support? Y'all, definitely less difficult. As witnessed by the ease I've had in reaching out to staff across the city of Madison's various offices for answers when I find myself stuck. It's necessary to have advocates across our city who understand the barriers folks are facing they're facing around housing, transportation, hunger, and even simply having access to fun. From the men's shelter to Mad Lib held annually on the top of State Street, barriers have continued to be removed during her leadership, and I'm looking forward to how that continues to look throughout her next term. 3, do I believe she has what it's going to take to guide the city through what will be very tough budget years? Again, yes. I believe so because she listens, fosters innovation, and empowers others, and sets clear goals on moving our city towards a place where each of us can be proud to call Madison home. It is for these and more that I support the re-election of our mayor and encourage everyone in this community to do the same. So now I want to introduce County Executive Joe Parisi. Joe has been a strong partner to the city of Madison as we weathered the COVID pandemic, providing critical food aid, rental assistance, and support for the homeless. He is working to develop a crisis triage center to support our community's behavioral health needs, and he is a leader in the state of sustainability and climate resiliency. So before I ask Joe to come up here, I'm gonna just say who I am because I just so literally missed that. But I am, because I'm so excited, you know what I mean? So I am Sabrina Madison. I'm founder and CEO of the Progress Center for Black Women. That's how most folks know me. I'm also currently the alder for District 17. So again, I super ask for your support and welcome Joe Parisi, County Executive Joe Parisi.
Thank you, Alder Madison, and thank you not only for the work that you're doing on the Common Council, but the work you do throughout our community and the untold number of people who you've helped and continue to help. So thank you very much. Hi everyone, I'm County Executive Joe Parisi, and I am so honored and excited to be here today to endorse Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway for re-election to mayor of the city of Madison. When I think of the mayor, boy, what a 4 years it has been. Who could have foreseen what Mayor Rhodes-Conway and our entire community was going to be facing during her first term in office? You know, when you think of a mayor, you think of leadership. And she was called to lead through what was arguably one of the greatest crises of our generation. And she was called to do this, was it even a year and a half into your term? You know, when most people are still trying to figure out where everything is in the building and how everything works, fortunately we had a mayor who came in knowing this already because of her prior service on the Common Council throughout the city of Madison. But when you talk about baptism by fire, there's no greater definition than Satya Rhodes-Conway's first term. Leadership also requires partnership. And I cannot imagine how we would have navigated the pandemic if we had not had the partnership between the city and county that exists under her leadership and her administration. Not only did she need to take care of the people of the city of Madison and protect the vulnerable, people who were experiencing homelessness, people who suddenly lost their jobs, small businesses who were suddenly shuttered, she had to keep city government running through all of that, and that she did. All at the same time, putting forth a proactive agenda, addressing Madison's most pressing needs. Everywhere we go, every issue we talk about, the root challenge of that issue in today's world, not only in the city of Madison, but across the United States, is access to affordable housing. And I cannot think of another administration who has moved more funding toward and put more shovels in the ground to build new affordable housing and housing in general in the city of Madison. And she's done this as a leader in the city, but again, also as a partner with the county, in partnering with us on affordable housing funds and putting projects together and creating real results, which isn't something that's easy to do in one term, and especially when you have a little thing called a pandemic happening in the middle of that term. But yet everywhere you look in this city, you see affordable housing rising. You see more and more projects resulting in housing for people that wasn't available before her term started. When you look at the crisis in homelessness that was exacerbated by the pandemic, again, no one has done more to address homelessness at its root causes, both at the emergency piece, the medium piece when people need help in transition, and the housing piece than Mayor Rhodes-Conway. Again, she's led in this area and she's partnered in this area, most recently on the purchase and the current development of the new men's shelter on the east side. Her collaborative approach extends to her relationship with the Common Council, as folks may have noticed or didn't notice, because sometimes this gets a little bit lost in all the news of the day. Not only did the mayor and the Common Council recently pass the city budget, the budget passed unanimously, which speaks again to leadership and collaboration. That is not an easy task. You know, I think back to when the mayor's term began, and about 10 minutes after she was sworn in, she and I announced an agreement, a funding agreement, on a stretch of road. And that might sound like, you know, this boring municipal government stuff, but it was an important stretch of road that the county and the city could not come to agreement on beforehand, and the residents suffered. But this mayor brought an approach that resulted in 10 minutes after her swearing in, a deal being signed to get that done. And that again has expanded and evolved in housing, homelessness, our approach to addressing the root causes of crime, and environmental protection. As folks know, protecting the environment is something I'm passionate about, something our community is passionate about. And the movement we have had on the city front since Mayor Rhodes-Conway was sworn into office is nothing short of remarkable. And again, leadership and partnership. So today I'm one happy county executive because my mayor is running for re-election, and city and county collaboration and accomplishment has never been in a better place. And I wholeheartedly endorse this mayor for a second term, and I hope you will too. Thank you. Speaking of leadership and partnership, it is now my great honor to introduce my member of Congress, my good friend, and someone who was right there with the mayor and I throughout the COVID pandemic. When we look at some of the things we've been able to accomplish in housing and rental assistance and helping small businesses, that was possible because of federal dollars that were put forth and fought for and shepherded through by a certain member of the House Appropriations Committee who happens to be on the stage today. So if you could, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Congressman Mark Pocan.